She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Chapter 1. The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
What?
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
What a disaster. Or is it a good thing? The end of the world? What are you talking about? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? Killing a princess seems kind of bad, though, doesn't it? Forget it, I'm not doing it. Oh, can someone else do it? Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Do I get some sort of reward for doing this? Yeah, we only expect something out of something, you know? That's how we people cope. I'm not doing it for free. Oh, okay. Thanks for telling me what to do. Yeah, I think I wanna do this one. Do I get some sort of reward for doing it?
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
But I wanna know what I get. I wanna know. Where's the other option? Yeah, this one. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Yes.
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end.
Well, how it is going now, maybe it's a good thing.
I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
Of course! No! I would never, ever. Killing a princess seems kind of bad though, doesn't it?
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Well, she's still a person. So, like, all people are valuable, I would say. Can someone else do it?
Unfortunately, you're the only one who can pull this off. I don't make the rules. I wish I did, but I don't.
Can you tell me what my price is going to be for doing a good job?
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you.
Oh, thanks.
Whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
I don't really know what I want though. Okay. Thanks for telling me what to do.
Don't mention it. It's all part of the job. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Oh, thanks.
A warning before you go any further.
What?
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Yes. But no one is following original fairy tale books anymore. I mean, just ask Mickey Mouse.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah. Oh, we don't have a choice. Who opened the door?
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Ooh. I don't know. I think in the demo I did both the options, but I think I'm just gonna enter the basement this time. I'll just do it.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Probably.
Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Did they change her voice?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
I think the narrator is manipulative. Hi!
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Please, come downstairs.
You walk down the stairs and
she's
lock
cute.
eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Oh, I think they actually changed her voice from the demo, actually. Let's talk a bit first.
Okay.
Oh, she's cute though. What's your name? I don't know anything about you. For all I know, you're locked up here for a reason. If I'm the first person you've seen in a while, what have you been eating or drinking? Yeah, that's for later. What's your name?
Oh.
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Okay, I don't think they did change her voice, but it was very different in the beginning.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess Princess?
Okay, let's call her Princess. Yeah, let's go with this one. I don't know anything about you. For all I know, you're locked up here for a reason.
Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason. I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right?
Right.
You have all the explanation you need. You should know better than to trust whatever she comes up with.
I was sent here to slay you. You're apparently supposed to end the world. Oh! It was bugging. Or it... yeah. But I don't think you're actually dangerous. But I want to see you for myself. I'm still not sure what to believe.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so long.
That's... How long has she been locked away?
Did they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world?
Yeah, how would she survive down here? No, but I'm sure they have their reasons for keeping that information secret from me.
I appreciate the vote of confidence.
What if they're bad reasons, though? If they had good reasons for thinking I was dangerous, wouldn't they have shared them with you? I don't want to hurt anyone. I just want to leave.
Well, I agree with her. Someone is keeping a secret from both of us.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why.
Exactly.
I don't trust that. And I don't think you do either, or you wouldn't have come down here to talk.
Exactly.
She has a point. We're talking like this for a reason.
So this shouldn't be about what I'd do if I got out of here, or me saying the right thing to convince you to save me. This is about how messed up this whole situation is. This is my life we're talking about. Do you really think I can even end the world? Why would I even want to?
I don't know. You tell me.
We both know that if there's people we can't trust in this situation, it's whoever locked me down here, and it's whoever sent you here. And those two groups are probably one and the same.
Don't let her turn the tables here. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch, no less.
Well, why don't the narrator kill the princess, huh? If I'm the first person you've seen in a while, what have you been eating or drinking?
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
Oh, it has to do with a lot of things, Miss Princess.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess. That's hardly relevant.
It is.
Okay, but actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right?
Right. Oh God. I'm going to keep you locked away down here, at least for a little bit. We can get to know each other better while I decide what to do. She's not gonna be happy about that.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
I don't think I could bear being down here that much longer.
Why?
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out. So I'm the only one who liked that idea.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. It would make it easier for both of us if you'd help. But if you don't, I can promise that you'll regret that decision.
Why?
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
What do I do? She became evil. Oh no. Oh no. Ole dole doff, kinky lani koff, koffelani pinky bane, ole dole doff. Oh shit.
Thank you. You turn back to the stairs, intent on retrieving the blade in the cabin.
Where are you going? You can't just leave me here.
Yes, I can.
Fine. Turn your back on me. But it won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing.
No.
She has to be bluffing, but hurry. You rush up to the first floor, grabbing the blade, both yours and the world's only possible salvation. Okay, if we're sure about this decision, I'll support it. I suppose we have a world to save after all. You slowly creep down the basement stairs. It's quiet. Where the princess sat only a moment ago, there's only a severed arm, its cooling flesh still chained to the wall. And she is nowhere to be seen.
I made a mistake.
Is it just me? Or did this room get a lot bigger?
Uh-oh. I think we got off on the wrong foot. Do you think we can start over?
Oh, you coward!
No, I don't think we can. Why don't you come closer? I have something to show you.
She's lost an arm, unlocking her down here and letting her bleed out. God. No, let's finish
Your
this.
eyes dart to the corners of the room. You don't see her. Where is she?
Or she can escape. We're closing the door, I guess.
You close the door behind you. Almost magically, its locks immediately click into place.
Or I'm screwed now.
Maybe they'll open if you finish the job.
Let's investigate the arm.
You step forward to investigate the severed limb. A trail of blood leads from its jagged stump into a dark corner of the basement. And then you hear the quiet patter of feet against the floor, and there's suddenly a weight on your shoulders. The princess tears into you.
No!
Her teeth and claws are unnaturally sharp, ripping into your shoulders, digging into your throat. You fall to the ground, the princess eagerly tearing at your flesh. The ferocity overwhelms you, and as the princess rends flesh from bone, your limp fingers lose their grip on the blade. It slips from your hand, your one last means of defense, lying useless beside you in a pool of your cooling blood.
We
I suppose
died.
you just lacked the will to fight back. This is the end, isn't it?
Yep.
I'm afraid it is. You shouldn't have let that fear creep into your heart. You had the upper hand, and now look at you. Everything goes dark, and you die.
We made a mistake. Chapter 2. The Beast.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin
Is a princess.
is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu.
A terrible sense of deja vu? No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here.
No, I usually get these feelings. I remember I got them more frequently when I was a kid. It's like I switched school when I was younger, and we went through a hallway. It was a different like build and everything from my old school, and I just had a sense of deja vu. Like, I have been walking this hallway not in this life, but in another life, which was very creepy. And I don't know, I just felt like it was an outer body experience, like I was watching myself walk through these halls for the first time, but it wasn't really the first time. It was creepy, and I had those deja vu feelings more frequently when I was younger than now when I'm older. It's a weird feeling. It's very difficult to explain, but those who have been experienced it knows what I mean.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. If he doesn't remember what happened, then something else must have trapped us here. You're not trapped here. Nobody's forcing you to do anything, though the only sensible thing for you to do right now is march up to that cabin and slay the princess.
This is more than just deja vu, though. I'm pretty sure this whole thing is literally just happened.
We could go back and forth on this forever, and it won't get you any closer to doing your job and saving the world. So let's just agree to disagree.
Let's assume I'm telling the truth, and all of this really did already happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me.
Oh, it is definitely another version.
If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
Oh.
We did our best with the information we were given. And yet you still died, didn't you? So, great, congratulations, you've been given another chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
Yeah, all actions have consequences, I guess.
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We were killed by the princess and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
Well, the world didn't end.
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely?
Oh, because the other world ended? And now we're in another world? Because we have another chance to save this world?
If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died?
I don't know.
Do you think the people there lived happily ever after?
No.
Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would?
Probably.
All the more reason to keep our wits about us, should we even return to the cabin. We could find a safe little hole somewhere instead. You have to go to the cabin. If you don't slay the princess, she's going to end the world, which you're always going to be a part of, even if you're cowering in a hole. There's no escaping your responsibility here.
Oh. Let's talk about this princess.
Just be quick about it.
Whoa. She killed me last time around. How can I make sure that doesn't happen again?
Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just go in, do your job, and save the world.
Okay. She killed me by ripping me to pieces. Don't get me wrong, I hated it. But how can someone like that end the world?
She just can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust that what I'm saying is true, and that, despite it all, you're fully up to the task that's been given to you.
Okay. Who locked her in that basement? What is this place? Oh, you're being cagey? What aren't you telling me?
I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult.
We're like an assassin. Like, just getting paid, do the job, don't ask questions.
If you want us to stand a chance against her, we need to be armed with information. What is she really capable of? How are we supposed to stop her? Not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for all of us. I know it sounds like I'm hiding something, but you're just going to have to take me at my word. You're afraid, aren't you? Just like us. Of course I'm afraid. Fear is an extremely normal thing to feel when the fate of the entire world is at stake.
True, true.
But that's not the only thing you're afraid of. You're scared of something worse. Stop projecting your neuroses onto me and just get to the cabin already.
Who locked her in that basement?
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
Yes, sir. If people locked her away, why couldn't they slay her? Why is this falling on me?
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps.
Ooh,
But it's just the way things are.
I'm the chosen one.
Oh, I didn't know we were special.
I'm special.
Of course you're special. Why else would you be here?
Or is he pulling like the Dumbledore thing, you know, just using me for his own good?
Special can mean all sorts of things. Don't let it make you careless. We need clear thoughts and pricked ears.
Okay, that's all.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Yes, sir. Proceed. I guess we're just gonna go in
Warning, before you go any further.
there. Uh-huh.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Makes me think of a song. She lying still and she begging from my knees.
Does a cat lie to a cornered mouse when it plays with its freedom? Or is it just acting out its nature?
It's better to feel pain than nothing at all. I don't know the song name.
I don't see why that matters. A lie's a lie, and if anything, she's the one who's cornered.
True, true. I don't know the song name. Sorry. Can't. Is it the Lumineers? No.
She could have gotten out of there whenever she wanted to. We should trust nothing that she tells us, only what we hear and smell.
Smell?
That's a very roundabout way of saying that you should listen to me and take this seriously. Maybe.
God. I don't trust the narrator at all. At all.
The interior of the cabin is ruinous and dilapidated. It feels like no one has lived here for a long time, wind rushing in through cracks and holes in the wooden walls. The only furniture of note is a termite-eaten table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
And a mirror.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay. You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. What a strange thing to lie about. Maybe he doesn't see it. Much like he hasn't seen what's already happened.
I want to look at myself. I want to see how handsome I am.
We shouldn't waste time preening. But if he is lying about the mirror, it might be important. Or it's dangerous. I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would it even do?
Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest of them all? Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
Heh.
This really isn't funny.
Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But it was there a second ago,
It was
and now it's gone.
weird. God, I want to go down to the basement without the knife again. I don't trust the narrator. I don't trust the princess. I don't trust anyone. It's weird. Is the blade even real?
You take the blade from the table.
It is.
It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Well, it's not really different anymore.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what's left of an old wooden staircase. It's still sturdy enough that you can make your way down in one piece, though you'll have to be mindful of holes. The air seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet, as if you're descending into a jungle. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. She growls up the stairs.
Oh no.
I can smell you.
How do I smell?
She sounds almost feral. Impatient.
Like bacon?
Maybe
Or
eager.
like pizza?
You carefully make your way down the stairs.
Vanilla?
The last step gives way to the damp earth floor of a starlit pit. The walls are obscured by an impenetrable darkness, giving the illusion that the room might stretch on forever. You brush against the wide leaves of plants that surround you on all sides, seemingly the only living things that occupy this strange underground wilderness.
Yeah, the window is on the roof now. The ceiling.
The jungle is pressing in on us, hiding her from view. She could be anywhere.
I can see your tail.
You see only a flash of the princess before she scurries away into the underbrush, dragging her heavy chain behind her.
She's gone.
Remember, she's just a princess.
I don't think so. I think she's a lion or something.
She is certainly not just a princess. You're not helping. It doesn't matter what she is. It only matters what she does. Her shining eyes appear between the leaves,
Hello.
staring hungrily at you from the darkness.
Hi.
I can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of the stairs, fledgling. You're right to be terrified.
I'm not terrified.
I'm so much more than you. And a little splinter clutched in trembling hands won't save you from me.
A shiver rushes up your spine and pulls you upright. The air's shifting. She's getting ready to pounce. Move, now.
Where do I go? Where? Don't you hear that clinking? She's in chains again. We're fine. You're about to attack me, aren't you? I can see right through you. We don't have to kill each other. You know that, right?
There's a shift in the humid air, and something enormous rises, lunges from the shadows, her maw unhinged and dripping, her eyes fierce and full of hunger. She is too quick to outrun, too nimble to outmaneuver, too determined to overpower. This is
I
her
died
domain.
again?
You are devoured. I guess that's it then, isn't it? Unfortunately for you, no. This isn't it. You are in a dark and caustic place. A thick, fibrous lining constricts around you, its slick surface impossible to grip. Your hands scrabbling uselessly at your surroundings as they compress in on you. Your lungs can barely expand in such a tiny space. Not that the humid, finite air grants you more than a few shallow breaths at a time.
You spoke when you needed to act.
Well, yeah.
The liquid pooling beneath you starts to seep into your skin. You itch, then sting.
When I killed you, I tried to leave this place, but it wouldn't let me. You belong down there, it screamed at me. The world is better off without you in it.
The flesh around you rumbles as the princess begins to move, her thundering footfalls twisting you helplessly about. Your skin protests as the corrosive liquid sloshes around you, but there will be no respite for you in sight. The burning grows stronger, and you can feel layers of you being peeled away.
Don't we have the knife? Let's just gut her.
But you don't belong down here. You came from somewhere else. You came from out there. So I consumed your dead heart, and I carried it in my throat, and I draped what was left of you on my back, and I threw myself against that door.
She stops, her muscles tensing around you, and through the muffling layers of her flesh you hear the whine of straining metal. And with a pop, she lurches forward, your body lurching right along with her. Her chains. She's loose.
Uh-oh.
But even then, it denied me freedom. You cannot fool me by draping yourself in decay. I know your true nature, and it is suffering.
Gravity pulls at you as you're hefted upwards, the distant creaking of ancient wooden steps barely audible over the thudding of the princess's heart.
And then it was gone, and I was here. A new enclosure, a nicer cage, but still a prison. I learned from my wounds. You're alive now. We can leave together.
Does that work? Could she free herself if we're alive in here? Do you really need me to give you a definitive answer for you to understand that the situation is grim? Stop her. Do something. You still have that steel claw. Tear through her before we are her. Survive. Or we could use it to make this quick for ourselves. If she needs us in order to leave, we could at least deny her that. That is a bad thing to do.
Why? Can you talk to the cabin? You could have asked me before swallowing me alive. Spit me out or I kill myself and nobody gets to leave. I have my steel claw. I can use it to hurt you. Dig with the steel claw. Yeah, let's just threaten her.
I'm so very, very patient.
Okay.
If it takes lives and lives and lives to swallow my way to freedom, then that is what I'll do.
Okay, let's dig then.
Though you have little room to move, you use what strength you can muster to drive the blade forward into the thick walls of tissue digesting you.
I can feel you tearing through me, but are you swift enough for it to matter?
Your body is violently jostled, the disruption causing burning skin to slough from raw muscle, and you hear what you can only assume is the princess pulling against the door to the cabin.
The cage is still locked.
Just because I want freedom doesn't mean I want to give you yours. Should we? Let's do it.
In an act of spiteful defiance, you pull your weapon to your throat, your shaking, ulcerous hand clenched tight around its hilt. And then you draw it across your bubbling veins. Your blood flows out, filling the tiny space inside the princess. You start to fade. A waste of a good life. It's better than giving in to her. But in the end, the opinions of stray voices mean little in the grand scheme of things. Everything goes dark.
And you die.
And you die.
Chapter 3. The Wild.
We are a path in the woods. We have no beginning, and we have no end. But something cold and unnatural sits watching us from just beyond our edge. His gaze pushes against our borders, curling them in on themselves, preventing them from stretching to the places they need to reach.
No, that's all wrong. You're not a path in the woods, you're on a path in the woods. Who's even saying that? That's not the princess, is it? Oh no. How many times have you been here? I think this is our third? That's bad. That's very, very bad. It wasn't even supposed to reach 2. If you're at 3, well, no wonder things aren't the way they're supposed to be.
Interesting.
Let's get our facts straight. What happened last time? What could you have possibly done for things to be like this?
The thing that sits beyond our edge speaks his logic into us. He tries to grasp at things that cannot be grasped. He tries to stare with wide pupils at that which can only be held from the corner of the eye or with a passing glance.
Shut up. The rest of you, talk. What happened? What did you do? We're part of her because she consumed us. Can she hear us if we talk?
I can hear everything, little one, but you don't have to be afraid of me. There's no place where you end and I begin. Nothing can hurt you here. Not anymore.
It shouldn't count as her eating us if we offed ourselves.
We're still here, though. And if we're safe, isn't that better?
I guess this is fine. Doesn't feel half bad. Miles better than being dissolved, anyway. She ate you, and now you're convinced that you're stuck together. What a mess.
He doesn't understand. We aren't convinced of anything, and we aren't stuck together. We're one. This is how we're supposed to be. Can't you feel it?
Oh, wow. This thing watching us, what is he? Why should anyone do anything right now? This is fine. I like being this. Why are you being nice to me? Aren't you a monster? Didn't you eat me?
We can't go back to that. We can't go back to the fear and the hunger and the pain. Not after being something as beautiful as this.
I don't like this.
Doesn't all that conflict feel so far away right now?
She's
So petty.
gaslighting me.
We've been posed against each other by something that understands the strength of our unity.
I can feel a thumping, a heartbeat, like a distant terror that keeps getting louder the more we pay attention.
Please, stop. If you let it in, we'll fall apart.
Don't look at it!
Where do you want me to look?
Hold yourself together. We're no strangers to effort. We can push this back down. Something might do us in eventually, but I'll be damned if that something is a thought.
Gaze at the terror in your heart.
Please, don't make us remember how I was.
And just like that, you start to fall apart.
Uh-oh.
I can remember it now. I didn't like being eaten.
I didn't.
I'd forgotten how much it burned. And the air was so hard to breathe. And she didn't care. She didn't care at all.
At least we didn't have to sit through it to the end. But I think she owes us, don't you, lads? She barely felt more than a little indigestion while we burned away inside of her. As you remember the terror and pain you felt at the hands of the princess, you start to remember something else, too. You remember that you are a distinct being with a finite form and a mortal body. You can feel it. There is a shifting of the space around you, the infinitesimal movement of your molecules rearranging back into the shape of what you're meant to be.
Oh.
No! I devoured you! I won! I put things back the way they were supposed to be!
Some division, when so, can never truly be mended. A cavernous gash rips across whatever it was you thought you were.
A cabin comes into being among the trees. It approaches, and it swallows your body whole. And then you find yourself, blade in hand, exactly where you need to be. At the center of it all is the princess, a wooden and fleshy heart beating with an unbroken rhythm. You're filled with a sense of purpose. Strike at her. End this once and for all.
I feel empty, don't you?
This doesn't feel like a fight. This isn't what I wanted. Where's the victory in this?
I feel safe. She isn't dangerous anymore. We could leave her. We could both live. Do we have to do this?
Oh wow.
You have to. You know you have to.
I never wanted to kill you, not really, but we can't be the same thing as each other. I had to put an end to whatever happened to us. Cut her free? I want to do it. I don't trust the narrator. He's hiding something from us. I don't trust her either, but I think it's just misunderstood. I don't want to kill her.
You devious little bastard.
I don't like
If you think I'm going to let you free her, you have another thing coming.
Exciting.
And that other thing is... We'll just have to wait and find out when it happens.
It's a love story.
Just ignore him. What's he gonna do? Lecture us into submission? He can talk all he wants.
You're tired, aren't you?
A bit.
No, I'm not. I'm... fine. Whatever. You cut the princess down from the roots that bind her. I hope you're happy. And good luck getting her out of here.
I didn't think you would do that after everything.
God.
It's so cold without you.
But you don't get the chance to respond. Something has taken her away, and it's left something else in her place. The mirror?
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
I don't know where she went, and I don't know how we even go about looking for her. The narrator is gone. I think I'm supposed to look at the mirror, approach the mirror.
It is. Does that mean the world ended?
Uh-oh.
It hasn't ended. We're still here.
The world didn't. We're still here. Come on. We just need to keep going.
Yeah,
I'm
let's
begging
approach
you,
the mirror.
Don't do this.
Why not? The mirror never scared you before.
It's different now. It feels... I don't know. Final. That thing reeks of death.
Screw the mirror. We just need to find the princess.
You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. That thing reeks of death.
Screw the mirror. We just need to find the princess.
The voices feel small, distant, as you approach. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward, they're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Proceed. You're at the cabin? It's the princess?
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
Jesus, what are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
What do you think I am?
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Do you know about the worlds beyond this place?
I know only that they are.
Do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
Destroy your body? Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
But were you always the princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
I do feel like I speak in circles. God, this is where we kill her or let her go or kill ourselves. Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Okay, I'm gonna let her out. I'm gonna let her out.
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone.
Really?
There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me.
I see.
I promise that it doesn't hurt.
What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Oh. Aren't you scared that I find a way to kill you? How much will I forget? How many more pieces of you do I have to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
How much will I forget?
Everything. until we meet again.
Oh. Aren't you scared that I find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
Oh. Okay. Make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Oh, that is so sad. That is so sad.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Okay.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Fuck you, narrator. Oh god. Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock.
Bit of a ticking clock.
Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
I am so confused though. So the only thing we don't need her to do is to leave the cabin. And it seems like both of them can't leave without each other. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna be so super nice to her and see what happens. Killing a princess seems kind of bad though, doesn't it?
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller
No.
or a seamstress? If
It's
anything,
equally as
slaying a
bad,
prince-
sir. It's equally as bad. Can someone else do it?
Unfortunately, you're the only one who can pull this off. I don't make the rules. I wish I did, but I don't.
Blah, blah, blah. Silently continue to the cabin.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Yes,
A
sir.
warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
I am still thinking about that song. I don't know.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Well, it would actually be a very good movie. Disney.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Proceed. Proceed.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp.
a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
Well, you don't remember it, so...
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Lie? Hi.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Please, come downstairs.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Of course. Of course.
You're only making this more difficult.
How?
Thank you. Thank you.
She's so sweet.
You're making a huge mistake.
Shut up.
No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
And if there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas? I'm going to check upstairs. Maybe the key is still lying around somewhere up there. And if not, maybe I can at least find something to break you free.
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
Good luck.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the
No.
click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
Try the
You
door.
try the door, but it's locked from the outside. Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Shut up.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom?
Yeah.
Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
It's not easy for me because I'm making the
I
decisions.
heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Yeah.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf.
Some people are into that.
As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Save the princess, save the princess.
Fine. Against your better
Oh!
judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm.
She looks so surprised.
Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the
so
ground.
weird.
How is she still smiling after everything?
It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
She's a tough cookie.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her
Going
escape
to
into the world.
save the girl
No,
and
I
end the
can't just let
world.
her escape into the world. As the princess
Oh!
approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
No, no. No.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that.
I have not consent to this.
Watch me.
No!
What are you doing?
It's not me. It's not me. It's not me. It's not me. Warn her.
Stop that.
Shh.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Yeah.
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Shut up. You're ruining everything. You're ruining it. You're ruining it. Resist.
The blade! Move the blade! As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
Oh, she looks so cute.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
Okay.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no! I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake.
For her sake. Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
The narrator sounds like a very manipulative and narcissistic ex-boyfriend. I'm just saying that.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right?
Right.
Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
We died. Chapter 2. The damsel. Oh, we're getting different now. This is
You're
what I
on
want.
a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her.
Wait, hasn't this already happened?
It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. We've just met for the first time, you and I. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Yeah.
Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going
Did
to
he?
save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
Sneaky. Let's be sneaky about it.
Our beloved? Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess.
Oh, fuck. He heard us.
Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works.
Ho ho.
We'll see about that.
Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically.
Nope.
Sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek.
Aw, that's cute.
What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
I kind of agree on that. Let's assume I'm telling the truth, and all of this really did already happen. Why should I listen to you? Let's not question the narrator, because we are ignoring that dude. He just...
A warning before you go any further.
Yeah,
She will
yeah.
lie, she will cheat.
And
We already
begging
told
on
you
your
we're not playing
knees.
along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in. I think
Yes.
we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice.
I think so too.
I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed. Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task.
I'm not listening to any of these dudes. Except me!
The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Yes.
The
And a
blade
mirror.
is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I'm not doing it. You didn't say any... I wonder if we are supposed to go to the mirror again? You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
That's because there isn't a mirror. There isn't.
There is?
I'm sure the princess would tell us there was a mirror if she were up here. In which case she'd be lying to you because, again, there isn't a mirror.
I want to look at myself. I want to see how handsome I am. It doesn't matter. Remain silent. Approach the mirror. I don't know if this will affect anything. I'll approach it.
You walk up to the wall next to
Again.
the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. It was there a second, and now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place, and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
God. Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight.
My God, his voice changed again.
But it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
No.
A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice, it's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already.
Oh my God, shut up.
I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess.
Yeah.
We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning.
Yes.
Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
Let's try to not cut off her arm this time.
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment. You know she can't hear you, right? She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit. Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing.
Dashing.
And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting
Yeah.
for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before.
That's right, villain, and you killed us.
Well, she killed us.
Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty.
And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time. We damned a whole world, but everything reset. Nothing resets, you're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever, especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible.
Horrible for you, maybe, but we've been given another opportunity to sweep her off her feet and treat her like the lady she is.
Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her?
Yeah.
We never saw a world end, and now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise.
He's quite smitten.
Are you listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you. Just...
Well, we know why she killed us. I didn't bring a knife. Do I hit you, cut you again? What happened after I died?
You died, and now we're talking.
Okay. I'm sorry about what happened last time. The narrator who sent me here to kill you took over my body. It was extremely unfair.
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
She took that in stride.
Hmm.
To a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually.
That's because she's perfect.
She's
Do you think
perfect.
she has someone like him telling her what to do? She doesn't. There's no one else like me.
I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
Yum yum yum. Rescue the princess. You killed me last time and it hurt a lot. Why did you do that?
I'm sorry. Didn't you want me to?
Yeah, I kinda did.
Did we?
Yes.
We warned her of the cruel forces seizing our
Kinda.
body. That's practically telling her to kill us. She is our beloved, and she made the choice to free us of our misery, to show us mercy and make the best decision for everyone.
Yeah, she took the knife from us.
She made the best decision for her. Don't be so quick to assign kindness. You're just opening yourself up to manipulation.
No. But before we start talking, did the world end? Did you end the world?
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Oh my god, she's a simp.
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips.
He's a simp.
Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
No, I don't want the world to end. I have no feelings one way or the other about the world ending. Honestly, the world sucks. People are a plague, and I hope you brought a slow and painful ruin to them.
Then I didn't end the world.
See? She didn't confess anything. She is innocence itself.
I'm not so sure.
Yeah. But in the last we did, she couldn't escape the cabin without us, so I don't think she did.
Rescue her? What are you talking about? Did you forget that she's a world-ending monstrosity? And even if you wanted to unleash her onto the world, despite the complete moral disaster that would be, you'd have to get her out of those chains. Good luck with that.
Yeah, but she's so cute. She's not a world-ending monstrosity.
Don't you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her out with ease. No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. If her hand could just slip out of the chains, why hasn't she done it already? Because we've yet to present her with her freedom. I'm not sure I follow. Would you rather believe me, a passionate heart guided by love and my own good nature? Or would you rather believe the devil on your shoulder who tells you what you can and cannot do? I think I'd rather believe in facts. Ah, so you're one of those empiricists.
Empiricist.
One of us has to be. Then let me show you a brand new truth. Narrator, we courageously step forward and free our beloved from her bindings. No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her? I would if you had a weapon. Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought. You wouldn't.
I would.
I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it. But I guess I have to. I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh.
Ugh.
If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon. Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
Would be funny if she just like on our neck.
What do we do now?
What do you want to do? We leave and then we have our whole lives to figure out what we want to do next. Well, which is not much. What do you want?
Let me guess. End the world? Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
Oh,
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world? You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
I think I want to leave. And I think...
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection, and then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
I want you to tell me what you want. There must be something you want. Do you want to end the world? I just want to leave. We can figure out the rest later. If you want to leave, then let's leave. These two are too demanding. And it feels like we're forcing her to want this. And here it seems like she just have to go with it. To be, you know. I'm gonna pick this one. If you want to, then let's do it.
That sounds perfect.
Oh God.
The princess takes your hand,
She's
the
so
last
cute.
hopes of the entire world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers. We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending.
Well, a happy ending can last for a minute, it can last for years, it can last for a second.
I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it. I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with. You and the princess walk up the stairs hand in hand. Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this.
It's crazy that when we made decisions, like the voice of the narrator becomes more muffled.
And what happens after we walk up the stairs? Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks.
Oh shit.
That's a familiar move. Did I do that last time?
Yes.
And you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Oh no! Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love. Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her. Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you have ever known. Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice. I'm just along for the ride at this point.
Yeah, me too. Do you think you can open it? I think we can open it if we try together. I think I got this. Open the door by yourself. Yeah, let's do it together.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
Here we go.
Like a pair of teenagers in love, you and the princess place your hands on the door together. Blech. And
And
the lock clicks and the door creaks open. Are you kidding me? I told you our love was insurmountable.
are we a monster? Our hand
You and the
looks
princess make your way upstairs and... The blade, that's right. There's still a chance for you to do the right thing. Take the blade from the table and slay her before it's too late.
weird. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. You're not doing that.
You're enjoying this, aren't you?
Yes.
You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer. I hate you.
That's the way out. We're going to leave together, just like you wanted.
No, you.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin, and then you step outside. A happy ending at last.
Uh-oh.
We did it. What should we do now?
Where did everything go? Where did he go? Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
She disappeared. But you don't get the chance to make that jacket, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
Of course you're scared. This is the end for you, but it's not the end for me. It's going to be okay, just trust me. We've been here before and you'll always get scared.
It feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. Yes, I fear that we won't like what we'll see. If we just sit here and preen for a while, that can't hurt, right?
It's not the end. Whatever is on the other side is going to be nice.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you. She'll be there waiting for us. I just know it.
You approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've grown. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. You're at the cabin.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Oh. Are you the same being as you were before? How much have you changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
What does it feel to change like this? When this is all done, do you know what you want to do?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed. But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
You know, at the end of this, once you're finished, I'm going to kill you, right? When I go back, it is if an invisible wall closes around me. Why can I not do the same things I've done before?
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
Interesting. What do you want me to bring you next time?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart. Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose.
Oh. You have been kinder to me than anyone else I've met. Thank you.
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
Jesus Christ, there's so many. How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
If I am to be an ocean, you have nurtured me into a pond.
Oh.
My waters are shallow and murky, and I yearn for more perspective. You will have your rest in due time, and I am sorry for the burdens I place on you.
So maybe like 2 or 3 more? Probably. And what if I don't want to bring you any more vessels? What if I just wait here forever?
Then we will remain here as we are now, barely finished, damp, cavernous.
I'm ready to go back.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
My God. Chapter 1.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her.
Okay, let's speedrun this shit! Forget it, I'm not doing
Are
it.
you serious? No, you have to do it.
Why? Look, I'll go to the cabin and I'll walk to her, and if she's bad, as you say she is, then maybe I'll slay her. But I'm not committing to anything until I've had the chance to meet her face to
And I
face.
guess we'll just have to see what happens. Within
Yes.
each and every one of us. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right?
We
She's a
are.
prince. Ignore him. He
I
doesn't
think
know
this
what he's
time
talking
we are just gonna go ham right away. This time will be the bad run.
The interior of the blade.
Take the blade.
You take the
Let's go. Let's go to the
door to the
cabin.
basement. Creaked her voice.
Who's there?
Oh.
She sounds dangerous. Don't let it.
Yum, 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 yum. I think I'm here to kill you. No,
Good.
just go.
You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
She's so coldly beautiful.
Coldly beautiful.
Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Yes. What? No way. Why would you even think that? Okay, yeah, you got me. No, no, Steal your nerves and step forward.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steal your...
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
End this. Do it.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh. This is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder. Do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die.
Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over?
I'm not sure. I feel like she has some kind of trick up her sleeve. Of course not, that's way too easy.
It's over. Don't get all worked up.
We should make sure. What's the harm in checking for a pulse?
I really don't think you should do that.
And why shouldn't we? Is there something you're not telling us?
I've told you everything that's happened with complete accuracy. The princess is dead. Your blade pierced her heart. There's no coming back from that.
The narrator is lying. Check for a pulse.
You lean down and place your hand against her neck, holding your breath as you search for a pulse, even though you know you're not going to find one.
We definitely won't if you keep talking.
I'm sorry, do you want her to be alive? You just saved the entire world from annihilation. Why are you suddenly trying to call that into question? Wait, what was that? You know what that was. That was the sound of a heartbeat, followed by another.
I guess I won't be dying alone after all.
Something sharp digs into your side, the shock of it sending your nerves into a pained frenzy.
Quick, let's get out of here.
It's too late for that now. You collapse to the ground as the mortally wounded princess twists a blade of her own deeper between your ribs. As you fall, she falls with you, exhausted by the effort, the little life that was left in her eyes fading rapidly.
An eye for an eye. A life for a life. I guess we're even now. See you around.
See you around.
You were so close. Why did you hesitate?
For whatever that's worth.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
The razor.
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to slay.
Okay, no. But I died. What am I doing
I
here?
can assure you that you're not dead.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
This whole thing's a crock of shit. She's just going to pull a knife out of nowhere and stab us again.
Pull a knife out there. I don't know what and stab us again.
Stabbed to death?
Well, you won't have to worry about that. The princess is unarmed.
Yeah, that's exactly what you told us last time. You said this whole thing would be easy, but after we sank our blade into her heart, she just got up and started stabbing us.
Yes.
Calm down. I assure you she has no weapons, so there's no reason to fear her. You were made for this job. You'll do just fine.
Thanks. Proceed. Proceed.
A warning, she will lie. It couldn't be
Stealing
more on the
sheep.
money. But we're really doing this, aren't we? I'd say you're lost, but I'm stuck here with
Hang
you.
it from my knees. It's better to feel pain than nothing at all. I am stuck on that song and I don't know what it's called.
We know what to look out for this time, but we know to be careful. Just stay focused and you'll be fine.
I think it's the Lumineers. I don't know which song it is though. Proceed to the cabin. We're just gonna go down there and slay her again.
The interior of the cabin is a jagged mess of warped wood and broken boards, their splintered edges as uninviting as shattered glass. The only furniture of note is a pointed table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
You didn't say anything about the mirror. Approach the mirror. Let's just approach it this time.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall.
You reach forward but there was a
Now it's gone. Yet another thing in here playing tricks on us. I hate this place.
I always think it would be like different every time, but it's not.
You take the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
It feels a bit better to have a weapon in our hands. Let's make her hurt for what she's done to us.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what must once have been stairs. The fractured slats look as if they've been torn from their source and violently jammed into the wall. The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of fresh blood. And you can hear what sounds like the rhythmic scraping of metal coming from down below. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favour.
Yes.
That's right, scraping. I told you she has something, I told you.
That sound could be anything. It's probably just her chains dragging across the floor. I am begging you to get out of your head.
It sounds like something heavier, like an axe or something.
Her grating voice carries up the stairs.
I hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here forever.
There is something so wrong with that voice.
Yeah, she thinks she's better than us, like she doesn't even have to put on an act this time.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view, her sharp eyes following you from across the room. I wonder if she remembers us.
Finally, somebody! Quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
Come on now, we're not falling for that, are we? She's trying to trick us, but she can't hide that threatening edge to her voice.
If she sounds threatening, it's because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're here. You are armed, after all.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?
Sure. If I come close to you, you're just going to stab me, aren't you? No, we can't say that. Do you remember what happened last time? I know you have a knife. I'll let you out of here if you drop it.
A knife? What are you talking about? I don't have a knife. Where would I keep a knife?
I don't know.
And why would I stab you to death? I don't know you. You haven't given me a reason to stab you to death. It would be so silly of me to cut you open and look at your insides.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
I could have
specific.
sworn we didn't mention stabbing anyone to death.
No.
Sounds like she's really out for blood. Fortunately for you, she isn't armed.
Maybe she doesn't have a knife, but she has an axe. I like to trust you, but you're being so suspicious right now. Can we just talk through? I don't have the key.
Oh, you don't? Okay, I see. I have an idea. You should come over here and stare directly at the chains. You won't be able to find a key if you don't know what it's supposed to look like, so you better come right within close staring distance just to be sure.
Absolutely, I will
I have
do that.
absolutely zero doubts that she is going to stab us if we get close to her.
She certainly feels threatening.
Threatening.
Just because she's acting like she's going to stab you doesn't mean she has the means to actually do it.
What the hell? I thought you were on my side.
But you know who is armed? You. So stop, but I'm nervous.
I am nervous.
All the more reason to jump into the deep end and deal with her right now before you waste any more time getting stuck in your head.
Prove it then. Prove it that you don't have a knife.
It would be so much easier to prove that I do have a sharp object. I could just show it to you, but I don't have one, so I can't.
Show me your hands.
The princess smiles as she pulls her hands from behind her back.
But look at this! Hands! Hands that don't have anything in them to stab you with!
Her smile stretches into an even wider grin as she shakes her sleeves.
And empty sleeves, too! Look at how few stabbing implements I have. It's practically zero.
Do you remember what happened last time?
Last time? If somebody came into my house and stabbed me to death and then I killed him, surely I would remember that.
Oh, this is your house.
But I don't remember it, so it must not have happened.
Last time? What are you talking about?
Ugh, it's like the two of you are working together on this. Aren't you listening to her? She's obviously lying through her teeth.
I'm terrible at spotting lies, and even I can tell something's up here. We can't be the only ones that looped back to the start. Someone else has to remember, right?
Yes, something is obviously up, and we can all tell that she's lying. The thing she's lying about is how dangerous she is, not dimension hopping or time travel or whatever it is you think you're doing.
We killed each other last time. I'd rather not do that again.
But if we killed each other, then why are we here, right now? Both of us normal and unstabbed.
Unstabbed? Unstabbed. Look, I know you're mad at me, but I think we both... My god. Look, I know you're mad at me, but I think we both just need to let bygones be bygones. Yeah.
But I'm not mad at you, so please stop standing so far out of reach.
How many more times does she have to vaguely threaten you before you finally decide you're ready to deal with her? We're clearly still figuring out our angle. We don't have the luxury of watching this from a distance. Oh, I'm sorry, do you think I'm in a position of luxury right now? You're acting like you are. My entire world is at risk. Then maybe you should behave with a little more humility. A bit of self-deprecation would go a long way. No, I have my dignity. Fine, and will continue to treat you exactly how you deserve to be treated.
Oh god. I accidentally did a screenshot. Can we just talk things through?
But we don't have anything to talk through. We're strangers and this place is cramped and annoying and you should just come over here and let me out.
You are annoying.
I think I've said my piece at this point. I think we all have. But if you want to keep exhausting your questions, it beats getting stabbed to death.
Okay, we need to make up our mind. Nobody has to die. Okay, what are you going to do if I let you out? Okay, fine, I'm coming close to you. Free you. You'd better not try anything. Approach the princess. Screw it. Screw it.
The princess falls silent, her smile unwavering as you charge across the room. Okay, she hasn't pulled out a knife yet, and her hands are still behind her back. I think we can do this. I think we can win. We just have to strike now, but make sure you keep your eyes on those hands. I don't trust her for a second. But your focus is broken by the horrible sound of metal slicing through meat.
Stop!
Whose meat? Not ours, right? Hers, at first. Then yours.
No.
Hee
Hee.
Ow! What did she even hit us with? You stare down at your chest and at the long, thin blade she impaled you with. And then the red, angry slit along the flesh of her thigh, where the blade had been nestled just a moment ago. It still lodged in her leg, emerging from her knee, hinging up and out of her body like some extra metallic limb.
The fuck?
Bullshit. Absolute bullshit.
You're going to die now.
Okay.
With a twist of her knee and a painful squelch, she does just that. Everything.
The arms race. It's
You're
so
on
fun.
a path in the woods.
Oh,
No,
shit.
Fuck that. If we're gonna have to keep doing this over and over and over again, we're not starting in that goddamn woods every time. We're starting in the fucking cabin.
Hell yeah.
Oh, what? The interior of the cabin is sharp, a constricting mess of curved and battered sheet metal pushing you towards... Wait, excuse me? What just happened? What did you just do?
I didn't do anything.
I feel dizzy. Oh ho ho ho! I guess I took us to the cabin, didn't I? Isn't that interesting? Who holds the cards now? Nobody. Nobody holds the cards. That's how it's always been. That's unfortunately how reality works. The circle's getting smaller and smaller. Running isn't an option anymore.
Hunted?
Good. It's better that way. Without a fight, no one can win. And if no one can win, then nothing has any meaning. Great. So obviously you've already been here. How many times?
4, 3,
This is our third?
3rd.
No wonder things have fallen apart. You do realise that every time you fail, she escapes and an entire world is damned to destruction, right? That can't be right. That's too much responsibility. Nah, impossibly high stakes make the fight so much better.
Let's just stay focused, shall we? The only furniture of note is a bent metal table, a pristine blade perched. We take it. Okay, sure, you take the
Oh,
blade
I didn't
before
even
letting me
have a
finish
choice.
telling you it's there. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
This feels right. We just have to keep our senses sharp.
That's right, we've got to be able to win eventually.
Where's the smitten guy?
We will win eventually. Hell, we might even win now. That's a fighting spirit I like to see. You could all learn a thing or two from this one. I'd love to get started just as much as you would, but how are we supposed to get down there? You walk through the door. You do know what doors are, right?
There's no door here.
But there isn't a door, it's just that mirror again. There isn't a mirror. You really messed things up, didn't you? It's like you can't even see reality anymore.
I can feel the air coming up from behind it, stinking of iron and steel. He might be right. Could be a trick. If our other senses can't feel it, then we can't trust it.
If it's in our way, let's just break it and move on.
No, that's bad luck.
Make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You really must think you're looking at a mirror. Well, it doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open it. Let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what we look like. I care about getting to the end of this mess. You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. It creaks open. And the mirror's gone. How surprising.
It was never there. Just an illusion.
Let's just get to the princess already. I didn't care about the mirror before, and I care about it even less now.
Guess it's time for us to see her again. Just stay focused and you'll be fine. You step forward, but you don't get a chance to linger on the basement stairs. They are smooth and flat and metallic, an unintentional and unfortunately slippery ramp that quickly sends you skittering to the bottom.
Your body tumbles onto the basement floor and the form of the princess comes into view, standing at a distance. She gives you a wry smile.
Hi, it looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not going to play dumb anymore.
Okay.
But don't worry about how bad you did last time. That's part of the fun.
Oh,
She's got another thing coming if she thinks we're going down easy again. Pride makes us dead. The only thing that matters is survival.
okay.
Actually, does survival matter? We've died twice and nothing bad has come of it. Nothing bad has come of it yet. Plenty bad has come of it. You've left at least one entire world to ruin. The people there mattered.
Oh, just because I freed myself with the princess with this, the voice of the smitten, is that why he's not a part of it? Because he died for real? I have no idea.
The past isn't real. There's only here and now. Your internal bickering is cut short by the wet
That was
sound
loud.
of slicing meat. From the princess's arms erupt twin blades glistening with her blood, the empty flesh of her arms flopping at her elbows like torn sleeves. The chain clatters to the floor.
My god.
She's loose, and she is coming for you.
Great.
You're going to make me walk over to you, aren't you?
Shit. She's coming for us and I'm out of ideas.
We're going to fight her again. We're going to have a stiff upper lip about it. She can't hurt us if we don't let ourselves feel it. We're going to appeal to her authority, puff her up a bit. There's no reason we can't talk this out. Oh, I have tried that. Maybe we should surrender. Well, that's easy. I'm going to try flirting with her. She has swords for arms, and we don't. We're panicking. Well, she doesn't win if she kills us. I'm gonna surrender.
That's pathetic. Dying is bad, and if you do this, we die.
We do?
How does unconditionally surrendering work for us anyway? Does it have to be unanimous? Apparently not. Hey now, let's see how it goes. It could work. It's worth a shot.
Yeah, we could die. I give up. I'll do anything. Just please don't stab me. Silently throw your hands in the air like you don't care.
Throw your hands in the air and drop your blade.
You can't surrender. Don't you know it takes two to stop a fight?
Ah, shit.
Well, fuck.
Before you can do anything else, she charges you and dodge. We dodge. Huh. Okay, you dodge.
You dodge.
No, I thought you were surrendering.
And then she skewers you. Ow.
Ow.
Huh. That's weird. The blade's back in our hand. Can't even surrender right. Oh, a new one of us. I thought that only happens when we die. Did we die? You're on a... No, you're in a... Where the hell are you?
I'm so confused.
think we're dead. And that's all we'll ever be.
Dead, dead.
Stop saying dead, all of you. We might have died a second ago, but right now we're extremely not dead. This is all horribly wrong. How many times have you been here? This is 4. No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past 1.
Oh.
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas, and I love that.
But I guess we don't have time to talk about things before the princess advances. Okay, whatever we do gets us another us. Let's see how many we can stack. There's got to be a point where it makes us better than her.
I'm just more confused than before.
We don't need any other voices chattering about in here. It'll just confuse us. All we need is to keep fighting. Yeah, I'll pass on that. As long as we keep moving. Oh, great. So it's going to get even more crowded. Even more deluded voices that think we might stand any kind of chance.
Where's the voice of the smitten?
Come on, show me something new.
Oh, I'll show you something new. We're going to fight her again, and we're going to have a stiff upper lip about it. We're going to appeal to her authority. It doesn't work, and she kills you again, and again, and again, and again. Your memory blurs as your consciousness leaps from life to life to life, holding only snippets of the conflict that transpires.
Compliment her on those gleaming blades. There's nothing better than a capable woman.
There you are!
She skewers you.
You're cute.
Thank you.
Well, there's more of us. Let's see if that helps. Then you skewer yourself.
I thought we both understood that dying doesn't get you anywhere.
Huh, that didn't do much of anything. We're tougher than I thought.
Contrarian.
Just panic! Flee!
Paranoid.
She skewers you.
No, you don't get to escape. That's not how this works.
It doesn't matter how many times this takes, we can't give up. Okay, let's go again. She's going to kill this body either way. So stop feeling what it feels.
Oh.
She skewers you.
Ooh, not bad. Real tough.
See? We're getting better. Okay, yeah. That was a good one. Let's appeal to her better nature. We haven't tried that. I'm sure she'll listen to reason. She skewers you. We're getting close to something, can't you feel it? One last time. You're right. One last time, that's all we need. None of this is working. Think. She skewers you. And then everything goes dark, and you die.
I failed. Mutually assured destruction.
Your Honor, don't lose your head. We're in a cabin and we'll take it from here. Everything feels like it finally fits, doesn't it? We're up here, which is different, and different is good. And our steel claw is already in our hand. Ho-ho! What if we throw it out the window? Over my dead body. That won't be very hard. We've died a lot. But I can't say I mind anymore.
Oh my god, it's so many... God, we have a personality disorder or something.
Besides, what better way to die so very many times than at the sharp hands of a beautiful woman? I'm sure I can think of a better way to die. They're all the same, really. How about we stop thinking about horrible ways to die? I don't want us to accidentally manifest anything.
I feel like there's like 10 people sitting on my shoulder and trying to like talk to me. Trying to manipulate me to make up my
The only
mind.
thing we're gonna manifest is finally ending up on top.
Nice.
There are entirely too many of you. How many times have you been here? This isn't good. This is... How about you stick to describing things, and we'll stick to doing them? Yeah, leave it to the pros. We'll notch up that win in no time. Narrator, we heroically stride through the door and towards our destined final encounter with our star-crossed lover. Fine by me. You walk to the door and onto the basement stairs, only it's more of a slide. We know. Fine, I'll just shut up then and speed this whole thing along.
Yes, please.
Are you sure you don't want me to describe the stairs? Or this room, or anything? Don't care, just want to win. Fine, make your way to the basement, where the princess awaits you.
She looks dangerous.
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again? I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself back together. But I guess we're not done. That's okay with me. It's good even. I like that. I got something ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to see it? I'm not going to wait for an answer. I'm just going to show you. It's worth it though. Just you wait. And not for very long, because I...
You gonna say what she does? Do you want me to talk now?
Yes, please.
Well, yeah, she says she has something new. I want to hear about the new thing. Yeah, me too. I think I speak for all of us when I say that I would like to hear you describe her new thing. Really? Okay then.
Here we go. Now.
The princess's skin twists, splitting into red blooms of raw meat as it stretches and tears. Then it becomes a wave of blood and viscera, pieces of her splattering against the walls. All that remains in the center of the room is a skeleton of blades. A heart beats furiously in its cage of a chest.
We're gonna die.
Are you ready for what comes next?
No. We're gonna become skewers.
Holy shit!
Holy shit, yeah.
She's gorgeous.
Shut up, dude.
Absolutely divine. Yes! Behold, the perfect woman.
Perfect
Do
woman.
you think we can throw her out the window? That looked painful. How is she still alive? Heart's still beating, that's all she needs. This is fake. This is all fake. That's all just made up. She doesn't even have a back anymore. How are we supposed to stab her in it? This is all just a sick joke. I hate existing. We're screwed. I quit. I'm done. Forget it.
Shut up. Shut up.
What just happened? It's so quiet.
Him too.
Something feels different about you. It almost makes me feel different. Like I should actually take this seriously for once.
You do not act, and yet through that inaction your body moves on its own. The princess strikes as you approach. but as her blow finishes its arc, you're already somewhere else.
You're incredible.
Your weapon clash again and again, you and her entering a rhythm free of thought and free of self. There is only the dance, the ebb and flow, the shifting of the tides back and forth between you. The deeper you fall into your play, the faster your hearts pound, and the faster the momentum volleys between you. An endless building crescendo, and then an opening. Your blade strikes free of volition, and hers strikes too. Both strikes are lethal, neither of you will survive, but neither you fear what's to come. This is a good ending. Is it though? You do not get to see each other die, nor will you ever. It is time for you to leave. Memory returns. You do so. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach towards the glass. It is time for you to see what's in it. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You withered. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. You are at the cabin.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
Doesn't matter how many times I go back, at least one of us always hurt the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
A bit. Yes, you're torturing me, and I hate it. I think I hate you.
You are what brings me meaning. Know that the pain of your journey will subside in due time. But you still have a ways to go before we are done.
You know that at the end of this, once you're finished, I'm going to kill you, right?
If that remains your choice when all is said and done, then you may try. But know that I do not wish you harm, even if you attempted to destroy me.
Damn. So we can choose to have the ending now? Do you still care what I bring you next? She never really cared, right? How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
We will know when we near our destination.
Really? God. Attack the entity. Destroy your body. Do you still care what I bring you next?
I care about your gifts. but I have no preferences to burden you with. Even if I did, I would never dare to tarnish our relationship by assuming myself above you.
Have you figured out what you'll want when we're finished?
The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance to influence me. I yearn for what I have always yearned for, our awakening. Other desires shrink in the light of knowing you and knowing me.
I'm ready to go back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. You're here to
Sweet, I've always wanted of a monarch. Viva la revolution.
That's the spirit. You
Revolution.
make your way up. We're not going to go ignore him.
Proceed.
The interior of the blade is your...
This time we're gonna take the blade,
You take
but
the
we're
blade from the table. It'll
gonna
be
talk
rather...
a bit more.
The door to the basement, her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds... Don't let it fool you.
Hi.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
She's so coldly beautiful.
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
I haven't decided yet.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just...
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Let's drop it.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed.
We'll be fine.
I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Oh. Yeah, it's pretty awkward. A relationship? Are you coming on to me?
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
Oh my god. It's like the demo again. There's people out there who think you're going to end the world. Do you know why I'm here to kill you?
Do you?
No. You're apparently going to end the world.
Don't just tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think.
You think?
I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Oh.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so... dangerous?
Cursed, maybe? What are you going to do if I let you out?
Princess hesitates before responding. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
I don't think I can answer that question in a way you'd find meaningful. At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
True.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear. But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust. So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch, no less.
How would I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right? She is. I'm sure of it.
Okay, we talked enough.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
We're gonna keep her locked away.
That seems like a pretty good compromise. Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. You can make it easier for both of us if you help. And if you don't, I can promise that you'll come to regret that decision.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
I made my choice.
I know you think this is a fair compromise, but it isn't. No one wins here. It's a chance we'll have to take. We can make this work. If we just stay here and keep watch, no one has to die.
You're making a mistake.
You turn your back to the princess and make your way to the stairs.
It won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing. Either way, she dropped her mask, didn't she?
Okay, we're doing it.
It's never too late to do the right thing. Now hurry. You charge the princess, blade trembling in your hand, but you've already lost the battle.
Fuck!
She casually sidesteps your thrust before knocking you to the ground with a single blow from her elbow.
We shouldn't have hesitated.
But she doesn't stop there. She kicks you a few times for good measure, the pointed tip of her shoes feeling like a pickaxe against your fracturing bones, making sure you stay down. As you lie, crushed and broken on the basement floor, the princess kneels on your throat with the kind of weight you didn't think her slight frame could possibly possess. As you gasp for air, she eyes you with an intense curiosity. You shouldn't have let that fear creep into your heart. You had the upper hand, and now look at you.
Is this really the best you could do? Look at you. Completely broken. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed.
She applies more pressure, slowly squeezing what's left of your life out of your lungs. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The tower. Yeah, I want different chapters, so that's why I'm
You're on a path in the wood. You're here to slay her.
choosing different options. Okay, no.
Oh, don't you start grandstanding about morals. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you, right? What does it matter what he knows?
Oh, we get
There's
the
nothing we
voice
can do
of
to
the
stop
broken.
her. She is not going to kill you unless you let her.
Proceed.
Warn, she will We might as well. Can we I'm not being a pessimist. I'm just being realistic. You're being annoying. Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her. I agree. If she's wrongfully imprisoned, then we should rescue her, but if he's telling the truth, we shouldn't just hand her the world on a silver platter. Rescue her? Given the stakes of the situation, there isn't really a difference between rescuing her and pledging yourself to her. Either would be terrible. So please try to ignore both of those knuckleheads and focus on saving the world. If that's what you want, I guess I don't have a say here.
I wonder if we are supposed to listen to the voices.
The interior of the cabin is larger and more grandiose than its humble exterior would suggest. The only furniture of note is a massive marble altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Nice.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Why do we feel so small? We don't feel small. We are small.
You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's the altar, the blade sitting on the altar, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. Who cares if there's a mirror? We're all going to die anyway. And I'm sure that if we looked in there, we'd just see something sad and miserable looking back at us. We don't need any reminders of what we are. It would only make things worse.
Okay, so the voice of the broken is saying, who cares if there's a mirror?
For the last time, you're not going to die unless you let it happen.
We should
And
ignore
luckily
it.
for you, there isn't a mirror, so no one needs to worry about confronting it. Though, for what it's worth, if there were a mirror, I'm sure that you wouldn't find anything sad or miserable in it looking back at you. You probably look perfectly normal. Probably. Do you not know what we look like? He knows. He just doesn't have the heart to tell us.
So it doesn't matter if there's a
But
mirror.
it does matter. Don't you care if we're being lied to? I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I
gone.
lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? Let you waste time preening yourself instead of... But there was a mirror a second ago. We should count ourselves lucky. Some things are better left unseen.
Let's take the blade.
You take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a spiral staircase. Its steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below. For a moment, you almost feel at ease. This is actually kind of nice. It's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her booming voice rolls up the stairs.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs.
Come down and witness me.
Scary.
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming. She wasn't like this last time. We need to get down there. She wants us to see her. We need to see her. Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to go down there. It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess.
Continue.
Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond. The princess towers over you,
Oh, wow.
almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall.
She's gorgeous.
The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants. You brought that knife again, even though you know it's useless. Such charming audacity. Drop it.
We are dropping it.
The blade slips from your fingers and clatters uselessly to the floor. We didn't have to do that. And yet you did. She's so much more than us. You wouldn't understand what it feels like to be in her presence.
Oh, I understand what's going on, and you'd better snap yourself out of it.
Kneel.
Yes, ma'am.
On her command, you fall to the floor, knees painfully connecting with hard stone.
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk? The last time we met, you told me I was destined to end the world. That thought wrapped itself around my heart. It has pulled at me since the moment I squeezed the life out of your broken lungs. I could feel its fundamental truth awaken me. The collapse of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new, and the world as it is now is overdue for alterations. It's time for me to seize my destiny, and you, little bird, will help me seize it.
Well, that gives away the game, doesn't it?
It does.
It certainly does. And beyond that, it more than lends credence to our conversation in the woods. I don't love the thought that in some other reality you failed to destroy her, but what's done is done. I can only hope it helped you learn a valuable lesson.
You are the only one who can deal with her. And if you don't,
Well, she's let you know what will happen, hasn't she?
Yeah.
then you shouldn't have trusted us with her destruction. She is inevitable. Can't you feel it?
He's being melodramatic, but he's not exactly wrong, is he?
What are we supposed to do to stop her?
Okay, first things first, you're going to have to stuff those pessimistic thoughts someplace far, far away and commit yourself to what needs to be done. The stakes of the situation should be perfectly clear to everyone now. If you're going to save the world, you have to have faith that you can pull this off. You can't win a battle that you've already lost in your mind.
True, true. What would you have me do? What do you have planned? Just because you're supposed to end the world doesn't mean you actually have to do it. You can be whatever you want to be. I have questions for you before deciding to do anything. What happened to you after I died? I'm not going to help you end the world. I don't care if something new comes after. I just can't let you do it. Ooh, I'm yours to command. Pledge yourself to her. I want to do that though. I want to do it. I want to do it.
Your will was so easily broken.
Stop putting me
Am I
down.
that magnificent?
Yes, you are gorgeous.
All you need to do now is break my chains.
If this is what you want, then I guess there's not much else for me to say. No, you can't just give in to her. Not when the stakes are so high. Not when you're so close. I won't let you do this.
There's still something in the way. A greasy film inside of you where it doesn't belong, trying to conceal you from me.
The bunnies are going crazy downstairs.
Is that a person? No, it used to be a person. It's something different now. An echo.
Is she talking about you? That's impossible. She's not supposed to be able to interact with me.
You're a small one, aren't you? A shriveling little worm stretched beyond its limits, trying to control things that it can't understand.
No. What are you talking about?
I don't care what you are. You're mine.
Ah!
Rise, my little bird.
Without hesitation, you're brought to your feet.
Break my chains.
And how are we supposed to do that? All we have is a blade.
All you need to do is believe it's been done.
Oh.
You poor, wretched little thing. You already do believe. You've always believed. All you have to do is open the last door to your heart. It's easy. And once you let her in, you'll be safe and free forever.
Please, don't do this.
Oh, now the voice of the hero is telling me to not do it.
There's nothing to be sorry about. This is how it was always going to be.
Oh,
And it is good.
it is good.
Alright, I'm done with this. I'm just gonna go sit in the corner. Let me know if we get our agency back.
Her chains shatter, and the cuff falls from her wrist. She is loose, and the end is upon us.
What a good disciple you are. Come, it's time for us to leave.
What happens now?
Nothing. And then, everything.
But you do not take her hand, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
It's going to be okay. Just trust me. You've been here before, and you always get scared.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. I don't want to look at us.
It's not the end. Whatever's on the other side, it's going to be nice.
Okay. If you say so. I'll trust you. A mercy.
You approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've unraveled. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. You're at the cabin.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet.
I am curious to see what it means for us to know it.
Do you think there are people out there?
It doesn't matter if there are. People are too small for us. You and I are the only things that interest me.
Do you think that anything is real out there? Do you think that we're real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something, but nothing cannot exist on its own.
Do you have thoughts on this vessel?
This one is Dominance, a figure capable of bending everything to her will. She will make for a terrifying and divine heart. Do not mourn her, for she would not be able to mourn you.
When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator, and he wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the vessels had one?
No, their minds are empty, existent, but constantly shifting into something new. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
He does. I don't know why, but I know this for a fact. Well, I don't know what, but I'm going to do when I find him. I mean, he's not mean. He's just keeping like secrets why we need to do this. He does, but you're going to keep that to yourself.
It's nice to be with someone whose thoughts I can never know as mine.
Oh wow, what happens if we attack the entity or destroy our body? If this is the last stage before your completion, then I'm not going back. I'm just going to stay here. Oh, no, we do this one first. How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
1. Whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular, a final multitude.
If this is the last stage before your completion, then I'm not going back. No, we're ready to go back for the last time.
Next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
Jesus Christ.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. You're here to slay her.
Okay. Stay silent. Continue to the cabin.
You make your way up the
We're not going to go through with this, right?
Ignore him.
We are going through with it.
The interior of the blade.
I am not taking the blade this time. I think we have done it quite a lot.
The door to the bed. Her voice
Hello? Is someone there?
Is hypnotized.
don't let.
It's me. I'm here to save you.
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever.
I see. You're trying to get her to lower her guard.
Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs. She's beautiful. I am begging you to...
Hi. I can't. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
You were lying when you said you were here to rescue her, but...
Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Let's see what we can do.
Only making this more difficult.
Thank you.
You're making a No. You're doing the right. You walk up to the chains, but they're large and heavy.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe
No.
it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Who...
Ba. I'm going to check upstairs. Maybe the key's still lying around somewhere up there. And if not, I can at least try to find something else to break you free.
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
You attempt to
be
make your
here.
way out of... Is someone else here?
Try
You
the
try
door.
the door.
Return.
You make your way to... Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know.
She barely
Oh, yeah,
hesitates
she
before raising
eats her
arm to her mouth
arm.
as she rips her flesh from her. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how
No.
it made its way down here. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what...
We're slaying her.
Without hesitation, you bring the blade down and plunge it into the princess's back. Finally.
Finally.
The wound drives her to the ground. Okay. There's no going back now. I'm with you to the end.
You bastard. Were you lying to me this whole time?
No?
The princess pushes away from you, the motion ripping the blade from her back. Wounded, but still alive, she crouches on all fours in the corner of the room and meets your eyes with the ferocity of a cornered predator.
You've made a terrible enemy, and there's nothing in the world that can possibly save you from me.
I thought we had the upper hand, but it's as if she's barely even threatened by us. It's an act. She's wounded and unarmed. There's nothing she can do to hurt you. I'm not so sure. Don't waver now. As you ready your blade to deliver a lethal blow, she lunges at your legs with the same animal ferocity she used to tear at her arm. Your knife cuts into her again and again as you're tackled to the ground, your body racked with pain as she rips into you with tooth and claw. Forget about trying to rescue her. This is about survival now. Give her everything you've got.
Slay her!
Though your nerves are seizing with pain, you know you've done your fair share of damage as well, your blade having left deep gashes in the princess's back. You seize a moment of hesitation to throw her off of you and shakily push yourself back to your knees. We can still turn this around.
No, we're finishing the job.
You steel your resolve and take another step closer to the princess. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can still make sure that she won't make it out of here either. Excuse me? What's this about not making it out of here alive? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone in this room is still standing right now. Don't act so surprised. Can you not feel all those gashes and holes pulling you apart? If the princess doesn't do you in here, blood loss is certain to finish the job.
Great.
You take another step forward, and the princess lunges towards you. The two of you enter one last exchange, a flurry of blade and claw and fleshy ribbons. And then you stop. Neither you nor princess able to go any further. You collapse on the ground, and the princess collapses beside you. Blood pools around you both, and you watch each other fade away.
After all this time alone, I thought I'd finally found a friend, but you were just another monster, weren't you?
Silence as the room starts to get fuzzy around you. You've paid a terrible price, but you've saved us all. It's over.
If you think this is it, you're sorely mistaken. One way or another, I'll make sure you pay for this.
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The witch. We got a new one. The witch.
You're on a path in the... You're here to...
But I died. She's going to kill me again.
Again?
If he doesn't remember what happened, brilliant. You know I can hear you. Did I say I'm
Oh my
not
god,
sure we
we
can
got a new
trust him?
one.
Slip of the tongue, bit of the old brain fog. I meant to say that we should probably head over to the cabin and slay that princess. We already know we can't trust her, so let's get on with the show.
Proceed.
A warning before you go any further.
I know, she lie and steal and cheat and beg you on your
She will
knees.
lie.
Don't worry. You can trust us to get the job done.
Proceed.
The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happened to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Take the blade.
You take the blade from the shelf. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Well, if we're grabbing a weapon, we should probably keep it hidden behind our backs. She doesn't have to know we have it. That's not actually a bad idea.
Enter the basement. We're ignoring the mirror again.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw, waiting to swallow you up into the earth. The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice skitters up from below.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on
Nasty.
down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
I'm not nasty.
But you are. You're a wretched little thing. I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
She must have you confused with someone else.
Yeah.
She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation. You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions?
Yeah. Business-wise, it would be good, but maybe not like life or death situations.
Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk? You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess. Fine. You're the boss.
Yes, I'm the boss.
Thank you. You descend the basement steps, entering the dark room below. You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
And there you are, one hand tucked away behind your back, gripping that sharp, sharp blade, no doubt.
That's no fair. How would she know that?
So, we've dropped
Duh.
the pretenses. Good.
You made a comment back in the woods about having been here before. Now she's acting like the two of you already know each other.
Oh, we know each other very well.
Oh, no. You've already been here, haven't you? That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. So, you really don't remember us, do you? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true. I'm just glad we could put all this behind us. Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her.
Oh, his world. So he's not even a part of this world.
Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy. Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
I think we need to chat her up.
Well,
Not
I
shut
seem
her
to
up.
remember you having
Chat.
a tongue.
Shh. I do. I'm sorry about last time.
Ooh, smart. Let's apologise. Get us back on the right foot.
Yeah.
Oh, you're sorry. Isn't that nice? You're such a gracious little monster. If
I
you're
try.
sorry, then let me out of here. Prove it.
Don't worry, the blade isn't for you or not for killing you. We got to get you out somehow, right?
Oh, I don't need you to cut me out.
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist. She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A
Bugger.
woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest. This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way out.
Stop her. I get the sense that you're not happy with me. We both died last time. Can't bygones be bygones? Well, she did die, I think. Look, I know, things got messy last time. But I think there's something bigger than both of us at work. We should team up.
I suppose you didn't come into my hovel of your own accord, did you? All right. I suppose I could team up. I need a way out after all. And unfortunately, you're the only one I have.
Seems to me like she's offering a mutually beneficial arrangement. We should take it. Do you know what the word mutually means? Because it sounds to me like she's offering an arrangement that benefits her and her alone.
I don't want to hurt you, but clearly there's some broken trust. Take this as a gesture of my goodwill.
You can't be serious.
I am.
Now, hold on. We should put this to a vote. The blade is one of our most valuable assets. We can't just give it to her.
No, if
What
we
she
die,
uses it
we
to kill
die.
us? I vote no. As do I. Abstain? You abstain? She's going to kill us if we give it to her.
This isn't a democracy. We're giving her the blade.
You're going to get everyone killed. You know that, right?
Yeah, I think so too.
What if you toss the blade at the princess's feet? She eyes it with suspicion before kneeling down to pick it up.
I wouldn't have done that. Why did you?
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she...
What do you think happens now?
I die. That's up to you. It's why I gave you the blade. I chose last time, and I regret it. So now it's your time to choose.
Her shoulders tense and her eyes dart away.
This is another trick. You're trying to sow doubt, but it's not going to work on me.
Great.
And then she buries the blade in your heart. What? No, come on, that's not right. I told you this is what she was going to do. Glee dances across her face as you fall to the ground.
God damn it.
I did it. I got you. You...
The princess seems to tremble, her smile fading quickly, replaced with concern. Her nervous eyes brim with tears.
Why? Why did you let me do this?
But you don't have the strength to respond, nor do you have the time. Everything goes dark,
And you
and
die.
you die.
The thorn.
You're on a path in the woods.
She stabbed us. She actually stabbed us. Of course she stabbed us. We gave her the blade, which, I might add, I voted against.
But the whole point was that she wasn't supposed to do that. The whole point of giving her the blade was to break the cycle of violence, and she just killed us anyway.
Yeah, life is tough. Get a helmet.
I guess it really doesn't matter if she killed us, though, right? We're back here, which means that everything's fine, or fine adjacent. Maybe she won't be as keen to betray us this time. We've already proven to her that we can change. Maybe that's all it'll take to show her that there's another way to do things. You know, maybe you're right. In which case, I suppose the only thing to do is to get back to the cabin and give it another try.
Oh,
Give what another try, exactly? You are aware I've been listening to you, right?
Like that changes anything. We all know the game is rigged. It doesn't even matter if she's nice this time. I'm sure he'll find a way to turn us against each other.
I think the game is rigged too.
Great. So you've obviously been here before, since you apparently died at least once. Twice, actually. Sure. Twice. Then I'll spare you the little introduction I had planned. You already know about the princess, and clearly you already know that she's dangerous. So don't muck this up. It's bad enough that this isn't your first time through.
This place is different. It keeps changing.
Wonderful. If the woods themselves are changing, then that's all the more reason for you to take this seriously. It would mean your grip on things is slipping, which, in turn, likely means her influence is spreading. Someone's in the know.
I've had enough of these annoying little secrets. If you want us to do this, you have to let us in on your game already. All of your game.
I've already said too much. The more information you have, the more difficult your task will be. Don't listen to her, definitely don't free her, and if you can, don't even think about her.
Screw the cabin. What happens if we just leave?
She gets out is what happens. Maybe not right away, but eventually. And a world that's doomed tomorrow is just as bad as a world that's doomed today.
Well, I have thought that they couldn't get out by themselves. They had to do it together.
I'm
but
not sure I buy that. Everything has to end eventually. If it takes years to get out of there and supposedly end the world, then we've bought everyone that time. And all without having to murder anybody in the process.
Yep.
Not that she's innocent, but murder is unpleasant and risky. It could be a better solution for everyone.
Could be.
You're here to permanently end the threat she poses. You're not here to temporarily postpone it.
We're going to free her.
Please don't.
I'm with him. If our previous encounters have taught us anything, it's that freeing her is a bad idea.
Let's just see how the wind blows. I'm not opposed to saving her, but let's not rule anything out just yet. Stop sitting on the fence and pick a side already. We don't need you waffling when things get hairy. I've already picked a side. Our side. I'm here to make sure that whatever happens, because that's worked out great so far. Well, we're not out of the game yet, are we? And again, I'll have you know, I wouldn't have gotten us killed last time. I wanted to stab her in the back, not hand over our precious backstabbing implement.
True. You sure seem to be taking the whole looping thing in stride. No matter what happens next, it seems like all our answers are in the cabin. Let's see.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the base of the cabin. I think it's clear where everyone stands at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd say everyone. You talking about me? I have a position. It's a good one too. Ignore him, he's just talking for talking's sake. My position is the only one that matters. The princess is a threat to you. She's a threat to me, and most importantly, she's a threat to the world. You know what you have to do. The interior of the cabin is hardly an interior at all anymore. The burned-out ruins merely suggest the shape of the structure that once stood here, charred wood still reeking of ash. But beneath it lies the fresh smell of spring growth after rain, the promise of new life in the wreckage of the old. The only furniture of note is the crisp shell of what was once a table, a pristine... Wait, isn't right. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade? We gave it to her last time. She can't still have it, can she? Well, it's not here. And if she has it...
Well, I wasn't really planning on taking it either way, so...
Let me guess. You want to get all chummy with her. Look, as far as I see it, if it's between him and her, I say we side with the one who has the weapon. It's just the smart thing to do. I wouldn't be so hasty. I'm sure the blade will turn up somewhere. She can't have it. That's not how this is supposed to work. Of course we don't get to make a choice about the blade. Every single time we come back here, something has to be different.
Something has to be different. Let's approach the mirror.
You step forward and approach the scorched entryway leading to the basement. Might as well take a look while we can. There's nothing else to do here now that the knife has been taken from us. You reach forward and wave your hand through the hollow entrance leading to the basement. What are you doing? Figures. Well, seems like the only way to go is forward, isn't it? Yes, that's where everything tends to be. Let's just put on a good face and have our wits about us.
Enter.
You step through the frame of scorched wood and make your way into the darkness below. The stairs to the basement are covered in a fine layer of gritty ash. The air still feels warm, as if the fires that ruined this place had only recently been extinguished. Yet fresh shoots of thorny branches are already weaving themselves through the soot-covered earth of the walls around you. Their spines point courteously down towards the basement, so you're able to brush past their jagged points with ease, at least on the way down. But you don't need to think about the way back up just yet. That's a matter for after the world's been saved. I'd say this feels like a trap, but you practically said as much. Yet you still want us to keep going. They're only thorns. I'd say getting a few scratches in exchange for the lives of everyone in existence is a fair trade. I'm sure you'll manage. Her voice, worn down by pain and suspicion, hobbles up the stairs.
I can't get away from you, can I? We kill each other and you come back. You let me kill you and you come back. I don't know why you let me do that. I don't know what you want from me.
I want to figure out a way out of here for good. I don't know what I want. I never really choose to come here. I want to free you. I mean it. I just want to talk. Really talk.
I think you know how this goes. I'm down here and I can't leave. So, come down and talk. It's not like I can stop you.
You continue down the basement stairs, brushing past the smooth edges of thorns that grow more and more plentiful as you make your way forward. You step out into what was once a vast open cavern, now overrun by briars and prickles and thistles, the space thick with hostile vegetation. At the heart of it all, encased in a tight weave of vines, is the princess, her bloody, trembling hands clutching a pristine blade.
Did you know this was going to happen to me? Are you here to watch me suffer? Are you here to laugh?
I'm not here to laugh. I'm here to free you if you let me. Oh, I can cut you free, but you have to give me the blade.
And I'm supposed to believe it's safe in your hands? That you aren't just saying what you need to say in order to fool me and save yourself?
You're not the only one who yearns for freedom. I'm as trapped as you are. I think we need to leave together. Is there nothing I can say to change your mind? You're in a prison of your own making. I broke your cycle of violence. If you still want to wallow in it, be my guest. Oh. Yeah, she's questioning so much. And if she remembers us from the past, she should know that I gave her the blade.
Do you really think you can just wash your hands of all of this? Do you really think you can just leave me here?
Yeah.
This is even better than stabbing her. The same reward without any of that nasty effort. It's not even better. Putting off a choice is always worse than making a committed decision, especially when you already know the right answer. Almost feels like we're as bad as the powers that be. Is that all it really took to twist us into yet another tyrant? A single ounce of control? It sure feels like it. She looks so sad, bleeding and alone. And we're just turning our back on her. Oh, stop trying to bring morality into this. There are winners in life and there are losers, and what matters is that right now, we've decided to be a winner. But as you approach the basement stairs, you make a grim realization. The thorns won't let you leave. We don't have any way to cut through them.
We need the blade.
Okay, new plan. We re-befriend the princess, get the blade, and all of us leave here together as friends.
You can't leave without me, can you? Isn't that funny? Isn't that so funny? This is perfect, actually. Just you and me rotting down here forever, together. You know, just to make sure things are a little more permanent, I think I'm going to take this particular needle out of the picture.
Oh no.
She wouldn't. It's only fair. We were going to leave her with no way out. Please return in the kindness. Thorns slice into the princess's hands, lacerating what little skin remains as she raises the blade to her mouth. Take it now, before she swallows it out of spite. You rush towards the princess, arms outstretched and grasping for the blade. But as you tear through her thistled prison, the thorny vines dig deep into your arms, seemingly growing thicker and sturdier the closer you get to your goal. It feels like it should be within reach, yet you cannot reach it quickly enough. It's no use. Even if we grab it, we won't be able to pull it back out of there. It's better than letting her eat it and losing it forever. You just manage to reach her hand, grasping it firmly in yours before the thorns finally trap you in place. Blood trickles down your arm, mingling with hers. The two of you lock eyes.
We're stuck like this, aren't we? I knew this was always going to be how it ended.
You do not get this chance to respond, nor will you ever. It is time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Let's just approach the mirror. You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. It's going to do something to us. I can feel it. If they think it's bad, I'm with them.
The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You are nothing at all. But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus on your gaze. You refocus your gaze, and then you see it. A figure, faint and veiled in shadow, just beyond the reflection. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image in the glass in two. And then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. Oh wow. So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you. That's a bird? What are you? If you are not me, then what are you?
I'm an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I ever get to see
A
you.
narrator, yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all, an objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
Damn. If you made me, then what am I?
You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
I don't want to be a god, I want to be me.
You are you. And if you would let everything work the way it was supposed to, you never would have woken up to the reality of your true nature. There's no accounting for free will.
Others like you've said something like that before. Has every narrator been different?
Of course. That is by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Any time you failed, any time you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon. And then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
Do you have anything to say for yourself?
I do. The people out there are real. No matter what you do to them, no matter what you enable, I want you to remember that.
After everything you've done to us, do you think anyone deserves to live?
Nobody alive has done anything to you. I'm all gone. But if you and the princess want to smite the rest of them for the crimes of a dead man, if you really want to be that petty, there isn't much I can do to stop you.
Every time I ask you something, it's like a piece of you breaks.
I'm aware. And if I were you, I'd be more precious about your time.
Okay.
Soon I'll be gone entirely, and you'll be left alone with your final choice. So allow me to make my final request. The princess contains death itself within her, but I wove you into being with all the power you need to destroy her forever.
Oh god, this is the final moment.
Slay her and rid the world of death and suffering.
So you know about the looping. So many of the times I met you, you denied even being a possibility. Why did you lie?
Any other version of me you talked to was just that, a version of me. It wasn't me. As to why they lied, perhaps they thought that admitting to it would have pushed you to certain realizations that would have made finishing your task impossible. Maybe they were just in denial. I'm sure many of them were convinced that they had to be the first version of them you'd encountered. Anything else would have been too existentially unpleasant. For all I know, each of those other versions of me could have had entirely different understandings of how this construct works. Who's to say which of them were right and which of them were wrong, really? Except for me. I can tell you for a fact that I'm right.
Running out of questions. Okay. I think you're out of time. I'm not going to slay her. I want you to know that before you die for good. Rest easy. I'm going to destroy her.
Are you lying? I can't tell. But I've said my piece, and my time's up. like I said, I'm just an echo. And echoes always fade away. You know what you have to do.
As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. The narrator was right. You are the Long Quiet, a vast and nascent god. And it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Proceed to the cabin one last time. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find. Oh wow.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
I missed you too. She unfurls an endless cascade of smiles in response, and then patiently waits for you to continue. I'm the Long Quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the Shifting Mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
Oh wow. There's so many stories we left unfinished. Can we really just leave? Don't you have a say in all of this? Why is this all falling on me?
Of course I have a say in all of this. You and I share reflections of each other's burdens, just as you and I share reflections of each other's gifts. If we didn't, the winding paths that brought us here wouldn't have been full of strife and conflict.
If I let you out, an entire world ends for good. I can't do that. If you're always going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter what roads I walked if all of them would have led to this moment?
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it. A thought is a vine, and some thoughts nurture thorns that bleed the soul, and endless growth that blots your vision and strangles your trust.
I won't engage with violence.
But violence has defined the thread of everything between us. Do not deny what we are, and do not color our conflict with fear. You become nothing, a black hole of self-loathing fed by the matter of your restless thoughts.
You are terrified of a power so far beyond you that it strips the meaning from your every action. But at the feet of that power, the dark parts of you cannot help but burn away. Your inadequacy is reduced to cinders by the blazing light of the divine. When I proclaimed my godhood and presented you with a place by my side in my new creation, you gladly took it. Without me, there is no future to look towards. It is hope that carves meaning into consciousness.
Submitting to you was a mistake. I would have destroyed you if I knew what you were. You were consumed by your own ego. It doesn't matter how I feel, death, suffering, and oblivion shouldn't fall on others. If we are able to transcend death, then we are responsible those who holds captive.
The echo saw horrors because his eyes were closed. The majesty of being extends beyond any single perspective.
A boundless torrent of blades cut you from boundless angles. You are a body. You are gory ribbons. You are a body again. And you feel all of it. On and on it goes until your bodies are not your thoughts or not you. Alive, dead, alive, dead, then alive and dead, all at once. You learn to put yourself away and to follow the flow of reality, and you used it to rise above me. You died countless steely deaths, and you lived countless short lives, and yet it is all so far behind you. Unjust impossibilities pushed you to become something you would never have been without them.
If you hadn't snatched that body away, we would have killed each other. We were self-destructive. It felt so good to finally win, even if it was going to cost me my life. Even if the journey was agony, the end gave the struggle meaning.
And even then, what we saw was not an ending. When I thought I had reached an unconquerable peak, you showed me how much further I could still climb. Your liver tried to stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? But the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me and me lifting you. Forever and ever and ever, consumed by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us back.
I was blinded by emotion. We both know that. I want that feeling back. That feeling never left me. Suffering born in delusion is still suffering. It doesn't matter what we are now. We hurt each other, and we shouldn't have done that. We cannot let the world be spun out of that pain.
Their suffering is born of their own delusion. A web of nerves, lain upon a web of nerves, lain upon a web of nerves. The shade of a beautiful beginning we can never return to. You knew me, and I knew you, even more than either of us know each other now. And you chose to pull apart that weave. But you did not choose to end me. We were still one, but we were also separate, and we were free. We were as we are. Will you excise that part of yourself now that you see me from yet another angle?
You reject the suffering of material reality, and yet you cling to its framework for meaning. We can be better than this.
I reject the narrow view of impermanence. I cling to nothing. There is no better us for us to be than us. We are reality itself. You are unmovable. Is it by the design of our conflict that I cannot win? Or are you just that fervent in how you cling to delusion? Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
It's easy to believe in the things you believe in when you get to sit above it all. What do you think happens if we leave here? Can't let that happen. Can't let everything die.
Then destroy me if you're able. But I will not coddle you in my final moments. I will not yield to your delusion without a vicious struggle.
Great.
You don't have to face her alone.
You don't have no idea how good it is to hear you.
It's good to be here. Seems like you've been doing alright on your own, but I don't think you can strike a decisive blow from out here. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
Yes. I'm ready.
Then let's go. And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it? Do you need me to describe things?
I'd like that.
Yeah, of course. The interior of the cabin is, well, it's a cabin, yeah? There isn't much here, just a table and a knife and a door. And some windows. You know, come to think of it, I don't think he ever really mentioned the windows, did he?
I don't think so.
There's no mirror, either. I think you broke it. And I know I've already mentioned it, but if we want to see this through, we're going to need that blade.
Is it just you and me? Did anyone else make it to the cabin? I'll just take the blade.
That's probably for the best. It's always seemed to give us more options than not.
Oh, is it just you and me? Yeah.
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
Oh. Is the narrator really gone?
Yeah, it's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him, I don't think it could handle you waking up to godhood. Pretty sure he got obliterated.
Yes.
The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
It's almost over, isn't it? That's okay. Let's just talk, the two of us, one more time, before you kill me.
She sounded just like that. Timid and gentle. Only she didn't know us. And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
You're really going to do it then, aren't you? You're
Oh,
really
she's not
going
restrained.
to kill me.
I have
You
to
don't
sneeze.
have to. You know that, right?
No, it's okay.
But if that's what you want, we might as well talk a bit first. I wouldn't mind a few extra minutes.
I don't want to be a god.
I don't think I want that either.
Are you the same as you are out there?
I don't feel the same. I feel smaller.
I only wanted to slay the you out there. It's easier to want to kill an abstract concept than it is a person.
Then maybe you don't have to kill me. Maybe there never even has to be an ending.
It has to.
I'm able to do the things you believe me to be able to do.
No.
So make me put it all back. Help me fix the Echo's construct and make us both forget. Help me send us back to the beginning, before we woke up, before either of us saw the truth.
No.
Can she really do that? Are you sure that's what you want?
I don't want that. I don't want to forget you. We're going to find ourselves back here eventually. Sorry, but I can't do that.
And when we do, we'll make the same choice. We'll choose to forget, and we'll reset everything, again.
If we were talking about this right now, how do we know we haven't done this before?
Maybe we have done all of this before. Maybe we're supposed to do this forever.
I don't think so. This isn't fair. I want to be here with you. I don't want to be alone again. Is there any other way?
I think you brought that knife down here for a reason. It has to be a part of how this ends.
Oh, so she accepting both ways then. I don't want to forget you.
I don't want to forget you either.
Oh.
But unless we do this, you'll have to choose, right now, between me and everyone else.
So sad. So sad. I'm sorry, but I can't do that. How do you know that things won't end worse? What if, when I make my way back here, I'm different and I hurt you? What if I kill you? What if I let you bring about the end of everything?
None of that will happen, because you'll still be you, and I'll still be me.
Would resetting it do anything to help them, the people out there? If you continue to exist, then they don't continue to die and suffer?
If you can believe this helps them, then it will help them, right?
No. But how you know that? We have to decide to do this every single time, forever. Eventually, something is going to be different.
I know because it doesn't matter how many times we've hurt each other. I've never stopped caring about you. And if you feel the same, then everything is going to be okay.
I'm sorry. I can't. We can't do that.
I'm sorry, too. So this is what it feels like to actually die. I think this is for the best. I don't know what the world will be like without me, but it can't be that bad if it still has you in it. I've always loved you. Don't forget me.
You blink and the princess is gone. All you have left of her is a small, melancholic weight that sits at the border of your heart. Whatever action brought you and the princess into being rough and jagged and left each of you with a piece of the other, by destroying her once for all, you also destroyed a part of yourself. But the world hasn't ended. Things continue on.
She's gone. And I don't think she's coming back.
No, she's not. A small part of her is with us.
Is that a metaphor, or are you being literal? Doesn't matter, we don't need to linger down here anymore. Let's get going.
Let's leave the cabin. You leave the basement behind. Then the stairs. And then you leave the cabin itself.
It's quiet here.
The path and the woods outside are empty canvas. But there is even more to see beyond this place. The fruits of your labor, a world free from death. Let's set ourselves free then. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation, and you feel sensation in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here is you. You feel your wings spawning, a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled, bound in agonizing tension to a finite plane. You can feel the glass of the construct pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it. But it does not yield.
He's gone. She's gone. No one is left to trap us here but us.
Open your heart and bear witness to your new kingdom. All at once, the unyielding tension gives away. And then the shattering. You are free, and before you lies the endless expanse of absolute reality. A new absolute reality, one forged by you, your will, and by a long, arduous cycle of bloodshed that has stained your hands countless times over. But there will be no more bloodshed in this new world.
It's finally over, isn't it? But all of us are still here.
I knew we'd finally see it through. All it takes to be a winner is grit and determination.
We really did win, didn't we? We're the house now. We get to make the rules. This is nice. No more hunting. No more running. Just us. And whatever's out there.
Absolute reality. Who would have thought there was really a world outside of us? And who would have thought we'd actually wind up siding with him?
The whispering and the coercion and the bickering. Everything horrible about being alive has stopped. I could get used to this.
That wasn't very hard at all. Speak for yourself.
Well, boys, how does it feel? We're not just on top of the pecking order, we are the pecking order now. I hope this was all worth it, because I'm personally inconsolable.
Me too.
Lucky for us, you have forever to get over it.
Great.
Time mends a lot of things. You'll get better.
Hear, hear, to our vanquished foe.
It's good to be back. Now we just have to figure out what to do with ourselves. Forever. No problem. We can do that, yeah? Yeah. We can do that.
Goddamn. Well, I liked it a lot. And as you can see, there are a lot of options, and I think it's a lot of endings to see. But this is what I have to give you today. I hope you guys enjoyed. I enjoyed this video very, very, very much. Finish the game, the good ending doesn't count.